and welcome back to another episode of Condo Review, where we go into in-depth about new launches so that you can make informed decisions. I have with me Patrick Tay, the lead IC of the Robertson Opus, and we'll be sharing with you more about this upcoming new launch.
Hello, Sakina. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. And I'll be telling you more about Robertson Opus, which I'm very excited about. Robertson Opus, right, is a mixed-use development.
Okay.
And then it is in the Robertson Quay area. So it's a 999 years product. 5 blocks, about 10 stories of residential, and their total number of units are 348. The types of breakdown are so even. We have all the way from suite, 1 bedroom, all the way up to 4 bedrooms. So it satisfies the whole spectrum to satisfy everybody's housing needs.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and developer is wonderful. It's Fraser and Sequisi House. Both are very big names.
Renowned developers.
In property development in Singapore and around the region. And of course, we are in the central region of Singapore. And we are walking distance to these very wonderful places and hotspots like Clarke Quay, Boat Quay, and right at Robertson Quay.
Oh, that's very interesting. I think talking more about the new launches, right, instead of like what they have and amenities nearby, maybe we go into a bit of like the market situation.
Right.
So looking at the stats that we have here, in the past 1 year, we can see that, CCR, we have a total of like 436 units being sold, and that's like 5% of like the total sales. Maybe you can let us know like how that kind of like affects the Robertson Opus then?
Yeah, so what happens if you see on the graph on this data here, right? These are new sales, not resale, not the resale, but it's the new sales. So we can see over the past year, new sale in CCR is our core central region, right? It's very, very little, with only about 436 units. So we are very excited. You know why? Because it means that the supply in this area is very, very limited. Now the land around this area are quite used up already, so very, very limited. So government giving out very, very little land in the core central region. But this year, what will happen here is that the government is throwing out more land. They're selling more land. And in the next few months, we will see a lot of launches are happening in CCR.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, looking at the new graph for this year, we are looking at about 2,522 units, which is about 29% of the total supply.
In overall Singapore, right, CCR is going to supply 29% of the number of units. So actually quite
that's a big jump from
compared to the last time. Yes, only 5%. Now they're going to give you 29%. So can you imagine if the supply increase, right, it will bring up the demand, because people all know that location. You want to be in the center of everything.
That's true. And I mean, looking at the graph as well, we can see that Robertson Opus is the only one with the 999-year tenure. The rest is all 99 years.
Yes, so because in the central area, land is so scarce and is so worth money. So a lot of them are being sold as 99 years. Very, very, very seldom, very, very rare we come across a piece of land that's freehold or 999. And so this is one of the...
So that already like kind of like increased the like need and demand, you would say, for Robertson Opus compared to the rest?
Yeah, because people who buy into central region, they are very clever and very savvy investor. They know that if they are buying something of value, definitely it's freehold or 999 years lease.
I see. Okay, so maybe we move on to a bit of like pricing analysis. So we're looking at now the median PSF and sales volume trend from last year June to this year June. We can see that in the CCR region, it's about 3,203. In the RCR region, it's about 2,753. And in the OCR region, is about 2,267. So actually, the price gap now between CCR and RCR is getting smaller, yeah?
Yeah, be mindful that these numbers are for new sales or new home sales. So what we can see that if 1 year ago, you would buy central region as compared to the other region, you're paying slightly more than the rest of the people. But now, because the other region have appreciated and the gap has been narrowed, so just for a little bit more, you buy into central region. Why not? It's an opportunity.
Like closer to CBD area.
Yes, and if you are buying for investment purpose, that the expats that come here, right, everybody will go to the central region.
Which means like rentability is
Yeah,
high.
yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Now, if we look into the graph for new launch demand per square foot gap, we can see the highlighted area is where CCR region is and RCR region. Where do you think Robertson Opus stands?
I don't think. We know already because the developer have make a press release.
Okay.
And then the PSF that we are starting from is at 3150.
Oh, okay.
So you can see 3150 is even cheaper than some of the
RCR projects.
RCR, yes.
Yeah.
So the outskirt, the RCR project, this is even cheaper than some of them.
Yeah.
So it's actually a
So
very,
it's pretty
very good
worth
deal.
it, I would say.
And
it's a
then,
good deal.
then this RCR, this blue color RCR product lines that you see, right? Those, a lot of them are 99.
99
I'm giving you something cheap, slightly not so expensive, but it's 999 years.
and close, like almost freehold.
Yeah, so I'm giving you something very valuable.
Yes.
And at a price lower some more. What are you waiting for?
That's true. That's true. Okay, now maybe we move on to the lowest quantum unit types by region. So those highlighted in the red box are the new launches in the CCR region. So we can see that the Robertson Opus price is slightly pricier than what's in the previous CCR projects. Maybe you care to explain a little bit more?
Okay, so what happened here is that if we look at example, we take a look at
like the one bedroom,
the one bedrooms, one and two bedrooms,
yeah.
right? So for our Robertson Opus pricing, right? We've done a calculation. We are slightly about for the smaller bedrooms about 300,000
more.
Yeah, 300,000 more. So not to worry because you know why? The region is very different. For example, collectively at One Sophia is in the middle of town.
Yeah.
So when you look out, right, it's a concrete jungle. Whereas Robertson Opus, if we look out and you walk slightly in front, you will have a river lifestyle. So the living is actually we emphasize a lot on the lifestyle.
More peaceful.
Yes, we are same also in the central region,
Yeah.
but then we are next to a Singapore River.
Yeah.
And then in the planning zone, Singapore River, the government URA has got planning zone, Singapore River planning zone. So there are ideas to rejuvenate, put in a lot of activities, make the
More
area
lively.
more vibrant. Yes.
Okay.
So the government actually putting plans into the neighborhood.
Right.
So of course, when the plans are being realized, the overall prices of your of your property will eventually go up.
Yeah. And I mean, looking at all these here also, they are also all 99 years. And we mentioned that, the Robertson Opus is actually a 999 years tenure. So actually with this extra bit of money, it's kind of worth
You
it,
buy
right?
something more perpetual.
Right. And you're talking about appreciation of the land. And can you explain more, maybe the depreciation and appreciation of the land for this?
If somebody were to buy a 99-year leasehold project, right?
Yes.
If we fast forward 20 years, so your asset is supposed to be used for 99 years.
Yeah.
And then you use up 20
getting
over years
shorter.
already. So you're left with 70 years, right?
Yeah.
So it will not be as valuable as it is on day one, right?
Yeah.
Because the land lease decay,
Okay.
the 99 years will count down until eventually become zero and you return back the land to the government, right?
Correct.
In the case of freehold or 999 years leasehold, if you use up 20 years in a 999, in 999 years you use up 20 years, you still got many
so
hundred
small,
years.
right?
You
Yeah,
still got
it's
many
true.
hundred years left. So 50 years down the road, or you will still be left with a lot of usability. The lease will still have a lot. So we all know that land in Singapore will only appreciate, right?
Yes.
Land 30 years ago is now compared to now it's more expensive than 30 years ago, right?
Way more expensive.
So you look forward 30 years later, the land will be more expensive than it is now. Definitely. Because Singapore cannot have extra land come out already, right? Like something that's being very scarce, over the years, it will become more and more valuable.
I agree.
So if you buy into something that is a freehold or 999 years, right? And then you pass over to your children next time in 25, 30 years, you know what children tell you?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You helped me strike a Poggle.
Yeah. Thank you very much because you passed to me something still very valuable.
Yes, I agree.
Oh.
So looking at the Robertson Opus, who do you say will be the target audience? Would it be homeowners or is it more towards for investment?
Okay, we are looking at a mixture of both.
Okay.
It is very wonderful because in a development, if you have if the ownership mix is not evenly distributed, right? It's all locked on one side. If it's a lot of investor, it means they buy and then they rent out.
Yeah.
the whole development will be not so well taken care of because you know why? They don't stay inside there.
Then you don't take care of the
and then they don't want to
property.
spend money taking care of the property.
Yeah, that's true.
But in this Robertson Opus, right, the unit mix is very even now. So we got equal percentage of small, medium, and large.
Right, like
so
the
small,
4 bedrooms, right?
So the
for
small and
families.
medium will be catering to the investors.
Yeah.
And then the medium to the large one will be more for their own stay.
Families.
Yeah, so people who stay, so you have quite even now.
Yeah.
So the people that stay there will want to take care of the
property and the place.
Correct.
Okay.
So after 10, 15 years, you realize the upkeep is still very good one. Because I see here that it's very evenly distributed. So yes, you are looking for a whole spectrum of people, all the way from homeowners to the investors also.
Right, and rentability is definitely high, right? Because it's in the central region, it's close to CBD. Expats will definitely be looking out for this project as well.
We think it's going to be wonderful, yes.
Maybe you'd like to remind the viewers again, why the Robertson Opus?
Sure. Okay, so everybody, I cannot emphasize enough. Okay, luxury has to be touched and felt one. I cannot explain to you enough. And this is a luxury product. But in a nutshell, Robertson Opus, right, is being built by a renowned developer. These 3 points I want to tell you. It's a rare District 9, 999 years leasehold product, right? And it's a masterpiece in the century. And it will be a legacy for life. You seldom get that in city centre.
That's true. Once again, this new launch is going to be TOP in 2028. So we hope you like what we shared. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comments down below. If not, we'll see you again. I'm Sakrina.
I'm Patrick.
And we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye!